This is 911. Do you have an emergency?
Today on Rescue 911, a woman is brutally attacked by an intruder in her own home.
I am bleeding.
Where have you been stabbed?
And 911 is her only hope.
Don't want you to move. We'll get into you.
I thought that she was going to die on the phone with me.
Plus,
and she said, I don't think I'm going to make it.
a surprise Christmas delivery one woman will never forget.
I looked up and I saw Santa Claus, and that is a trip.
On Rescue 911.
After dark on October 16, 1988, when a young woman in Lansing, Michigan got home from work. The door to her comfortable townhouse was still locked. She had no reason to expect a visitor. Actors have helped us reconstruct the events that shattered a quiet night.
Don't take my purse.
When we continue,
I honestly felt when her voice was quivering and she was telling me that I'm getting weak, I thought that she was going to die on the phone with me.
Emergency.
Hi, my name is Prima Church. I live at 4037. I've just been stabbed. I'm bleeding all over the place.
At 8:55 p.m., a call came in to 911 dispatcher Paul Bolden.
I've been stabbed in the chest.
Who stabbed you, ma'am?
About 5'7", 150, 160 pounds, wearing a beanie, black leather coat. I don't know. You've got to get something. I've got to have where I'm bleeding all over.
Okay, ma'am. Where have you been stabbed?
In the chest on the left side.
Okay, just hang on here just a minute.
I am bleeding.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get somebody in rock.
Attention South End units, had a stabbing just occur.
3 police officers responded to the call.
They took her wallet and about $20 in cash.
Yes, ma'am, I know you're hurting. Nice and easy. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Ma'am, is there anybody there that can assist you at the house?
No, I might be able to get my neighbors.
Had a stabbing just occur, 4037.
She took my money. It was probably $15, $20.
Ma'am, hang on a minute. I'm trying to get
the one that was stabbed?
That's right. She's been stabbed in the chest.
Okay, we'll have somebody go by.
Ma'am?
I'm going to pass out. I can feel it right now.
Can you sit down anywhere? Can you just sit down? Can you hang on the phone and sit down? Okay.
I did not want her to pass out on me. I told her to put pressure to the wound and then just concentrate on your breathing. Because time is the thing that's against you when you've been assaulted.
Female subject is still on the line. States she's bleeding quite heavily from the chest.
Considering the location of the wound, my concern was the lung's been punctured.
I can't get up and unlock the door.
Okay, I just want you to stay right there. I don't want you to move. We'll get into you. Don't worry about that.
Oh, it hurts.
Okay, I know it does. I just want you to concentrate on your breathing. It seems like this time is the longest ever, but they're going to be there. Yes, ma'am, it does. Go ahead. If you feel like crying, just go ahead and let it out. Sometimes that crying will help.
My voice is her only link to outside help. And if I don't stay calm, she isn't either. She's going to lose it.
I can't hold it up. much longer.
It's okay. I'm going to have somebody there very, very soon. Just think about that breathing in your nose and out through your mouth.
I'm getting dizzy. My head's starting to hurt.
Yes, ma'am. That's going to happen.
I honestly felt when her voice was quivering and she was telling me that I'm getting weak, I thought that she was going to die on the phone with me.
Think about that breathing. I don't want you to think about anything else. In through that nose and out through the mouth. Just nice and easy breath. Yes, ma'am, I know you're hurting. I want you to just relax everything that you possibly can. I know it's going to hurt. I don't want you to think about that at all. Just think about your breathing. Nice and easy. Just real nice and easy.
My ears are starting to ring. I'm going to pass out. I know I'm going to.
Ma'am? Okay, what you're hearing is you're in an ambulance.
When Sergeant Nancy Small arrived at the scene, the front door was locked from the inside.
Okay.
She's locked. She's about to pass out there. The house is locked up. They're going to have to break in to get to her.
Nice and easy. I want you to breathe nice and easy. My officers are outside and the ambulance is outside. They're going to try to get inside the house. You will probably hear a crashing sound. I don't want you to become startled or alarmed.
We were trying to find a way to get in. Around the back, there was a window that looked in, so I went around to the back, and as I got closer to the window, I could see that the window was partially open. So I climbed through the window.
Okay, I got officers coming through the back of the house. You have an open window back there, so don't be startled. It's going to be my police.
I think she was about at the end of her rope at that point.
She was bleeding quite badly. Very chalky colored, appeared to have lost a lot of blood.
Just nice and easy. She was stabbed one time to the chest. The blade was approximately 3 inches long. If she'd not been able to contact 911, it's very possible that she'd have bled to death. Okay, let's just really lift you up here.
Prima Church was prepared. She knew what to say, and that's one of the good calls. That's one of those that you feel good about, because as bad as the situation was, at least something good came out of it. She knew to dial 911, and it worked. That evening, I went to the hospital to see how bad it was. It had punctured through her lung. If she had got up and moved around, it could have been lethal.
It was a nightmare for me to be assaulted. My life has had to take a 360-degree turnaround. I've now moved in with my brother. I have to be much more careful about giving out my telephone number, giving out my address, but I've chosen to go on with my life and not be afraid. I can't live being afraid, wondering, and looking over my shoulder all the time.
Prima was released from the hospital within 5 days.
When I returned to work, my company approached me and said, "We would like to honor the person that saved your life." When the night came for the party, I'm kind of like searching the crowd for this person, and then next thing I know, he was there, and I'm shaking the hand of the person that saved my life.
And they asked me to stand up, and there was 1,000 people in that room, and they clapped, and they clapped, and they clapped. If I was anywhere else, I probably would have started crying. I really would have. I was just overwhelmed that everything that I wanted to do and the things that I was doing had made a difference. And I just always had the feeling inside of me that my goal in life was to help people. And with 911, I can do that. Whatever emergency you have, you can call 911 and we'll be there. 911 emergency.
Next.
Dispatch called back to us and asked us what our estimated time of arrival was. Usually that means that something serious is going on at the scene.
It was the night before Christmas in 1991, and volunteer EMTs were spreading holiday cheer at a local hospital in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
What's your name be? Brandon, who do you think I might be, buddy?
Santa Claus?
Across town, 24-year-old Sabrina Parker's second child was due any day. That night, around 6 p.m., she was waiting at her mother's house for her boyfriend, Calvin Young, to return with their 4-year-old daughter, Candace.
All right, we'll bring you in the back. All right.
Yeah, I had just brought Candace home. Man, Sabrina was laying there in the bed. It's like she might have been in pain, so I asked her, was she all right? Hurt real bad? I said, well, would you like for me to take you to the hospital? You sure?
Mommy, is you gonna have my baby brother now?
I think so, Pooh.
It's hurting real bad? She couldn't hardly stand up. How long has it been hurt? She took maybe 1 or 2 steps towards the hallway, and she said, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Emergency service?
Need an ambulance right away.
Okay, what's wrong there, sir?
Girlfriend's having a baby.
Okay, and your name?
Calvin Young.
Young? Okay, how far are planes apart?
She said, how far are the planes apart?
Ain't no pain. Don't feel like it's coming out, she said.
They feel like it's coming out.
Okay, we'll be on the way.
Wait for that.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be on the way.
Station 7 responded 30.
The Forsyth Rescue Squad was immediately dispatched to the scene, including volunteer EMT Gordon Miller.
My first thought was how ridiculous this is going to look when I run into this house and we find some woman ready to give birth.
Calvin's second 911 call came into dispatcher Fran Ho.
Yeah, the estimate on how much time it'll be for the ambulance to get it there.
They're on the way. What's going on right now?
She's in real bad pain, and she's in labor right now at this time.
Okay.
I was just trying to get an estimated time of arrival.
Should be just a... What did that person just say?
The baby's about to come out.
Okay.
You really have to be careful to interpret what they're saying about what's going on. Listen to what's going on in the background. You have to listen to the tone of their voice. I'm trying to decide if this baby really is about to be delivered right this minute, like they say.
Sabrina's mother, Audrey, took over the call.
And the sack ain't even broke yet, but she say it's going to come out. A minute, we'll just hang on here until the rescue squad gets there, okay?
EMT Ron Dale was also a volunteer.
The dispatch called back to us and asked us what our ETA was. Usually that means that something serious is going on at the scene. I felt this overwhelming sense of urgency, like I couldn't get there fast enough.
You're just getting ready. What do you think? Yeah, it's coming out. Okay, listen to me. Wait a minute, baby, huh? Listen to me. Okay, all right. Okay, it's coming out. All right, it'll probably go back in, did it? Yeah. Okay, now listen. Okay. What's going to happen is that she's going to do that several times and then the head will pop out. Hopefully the rest will be there before them.
My biggest concern was in helping the lady to be able to handle the delivery if the baby delivered before the rescue squad of the ambulance got there. All I could do was just make her ready to take care of it if that happened. There's nothing we could do to stop the delivery. The baby's going to be born.
She won't come out. Okay, that's okay. It's okay, baby. It may come out the next time. Huh? It may come out the next time. Okay.
Contractions were getting worse and worse, and she was pushing more. I knew I had to be there for her, but I didn't want to have to do it myself.
You're doing good. Come on. Wait a minute. No, that was they come up.
I runs out the door, like looking up the street, trying to see if I hear sirens or see the paramedics, see any kind of red lights. 30 seconds was, to me, was 2 minutes, and 2 minutes to me was 5 minutes, because my nerves was wrecked by this time. Careful, you need to take the OB kit in. Public service deliveries in progress this time.
Went back in? Yeah. It looks slick, though. The sack ain't broke. Okay, listen to me real careful. All right. Get the man that's with you to get a pair of scissors. Okay. Now.
After another contraction, when she saw more of the baby, she said it looked slick and shiny. The sack's not broken.
If that head comes out and the sack is still over the face, you're going to have to cut it. Not the baby, but the sack. Oh, Lord. Now, just make a little slit in it and tear it away from the baby's face. I understand what you're saying. Okay, you know what the sack looks like? Yeah.
That's the point that terrified me, having to bust the sack myself.
Don't cut the baby.
It was terrifying, but I knew I would do it.
I'm running back around the truck with the driver, and I noticed Santa Claus, and I look, and then I didn't pay no more attention. I'm thinking about Sabrina, I'm like, I asked about that lady, So.
It was so apparent that this child's time is now. Just ripped off the beard and glasses and wig. That's all we had time for.
Okay. Let me know what you need. What's your name?
Oh, Sabrina.
Sabrina?
Oh.
Okay.
I'd never been on an obstetrical call where the amniotic sac was keeping the baby from being delivered. I knew that the ambulance was very close behind us, and so I decided to let them get in and assess the situation, and for us to make kind of a group decision is what we were going to do.
It's going good, Mom. It's going great.
Moments later, paramedic Tim Holman and his partner arrived.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I got there and I immediately saw that the bag of water is not broken. It was bulging. It was preventing the baby from being delivered. Ron was in the position, and I said, well, all you gotta do is break it. And Rod said, well, I'm not sure how to do that. This is my first delivery. And I'm like, uh-oh. I said, well, I'll break it, and then, you know, we'll just go on and let you deliver.
Every time I would go out the door, I would hear several voices. Santa Claus, what you doing? Santa Claus, come over here.
All right, go ahead and push if you have to. All right, there we go. There's the head.
I actually saw the baby actually being pushed out. I mean, the shoulders and stuff was coming out. And I'm looking at the expression on Sabrina's face and actually seeing this child being born and brought into this life. And I'm like, gosh, man, women go through some stuff, man, you know, because I'm like thinking, man, God, man, they got to go through all this. Ooh.
All right, very good. All right. All right, you got a little boy.
At that point, I thought that the hard work was over, but I realized that the baby was not breathing yet. Tim suctioned the secretions out of the baby's nose and mouth.
Come on, baby.
And I slapped it on the rear end a few times, and that didn't work. I grabbed his foot and thumped him on the bottom of the foot several times, and that wasn't working either. I was concerned that what might have been a happy situation was going to turn tragic within just a few seconds. I kept on trying that much harder to get him to breathe. And I thumped him 3 or 4 more times maybe, and that's when he let out a small cry.
All right, that's it, baby. Okay, you hear that? Okay. He's moving now. He's moving.
He's got 10 fingers and 10 toes.
When the birth was complete and I was looking at the baby and looking at Ron and the obvious elation on his face, it reminded me of his comment, wouldn't it be nice if we had the opportunity to deliver a baby on Christmas Eve, and how appropriate this all was, that his wish had come true.
Sabrina, you just made my Christmas.
It was just an incredible experience. What a great feeling. I'll remember that the rest of my life. Hey guys, here's the blankets. Okay, here we go. Let's get Mom warm here.
And they put me on the stretcher. And I looked up and I saw Santa Claus with his suit on and stuff.
Is that comfortable there?
And I was like, okay, Santa Claus. Yeah, that was a trip.
Christmas means different things to different people. For Sabrina and her family, it will forever be remembered as a time when baby Jeremy came into their world.
I'm not gonna plan on his future. I'm gonna let him sort of figure that out for himself. I just want him to do the right things. Same thing go for Candy.
You want a fish aquarium?
I'm gonna encourage them in whatever they want to do.
Ain't no
iguana. Try to help them as much as I can.
There we go. Now we can see the beach stuff.
Hi, Birdie.
I think Candy's under the impression now that Santa Claus don't only bring toys every year now, you know, it brings babies too, you know. I had to explain to her, you know, and Santa Claus not bringing you a brother next year, okay, you know.
As the years go by, EMT Ron Dale will always cherish the memories of one Christmas past.
I got something for the little fella.
He woke up for you.
He didn't sleep up until now.
He woke up for you.
I looked at him and kept thinking, how about that? That's the kid that I delivered on Christmas Eve.
First one, man.
That's right, that's right, it's my first.
When you have to bring a life, help it come into the world, it's a bonding, you know, just like a parent having a kid.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah. And I think Ron felt that too, you know.
Hey there. He's like, I recognize you.
That's right, you know me, don't you? Yeah, you know me.
I had done my job right, and this was the end result. Under the circumstances, it would be hard not to believe in Santa Claus after seeing something like this.
Yeah, you miss Mom, don't you? Yeah.
This series is dedicated to all the men, women, and children who unselfishly share with us their gift of caring and their devotion to saving lives. I'm William Shatner. Join us again next week for more true stories on Rescue 911.
Mr. Shapiro, step out of the car, please.